Why did your child come to you? Spiritual wisdom from Paramhansa. Yogananda, have you ever looked at your child and felt a recognition so deep that it transcends this lifetime? A knowing that whispers, I have loved you before? Have you ever wondered why, out of all the souls in the universe, this particular being chose you as their parent? Why did they come through you, to you, at this exact moment in time? And in those quiet moments when you watch them sleep, have you ever sensed that there's a greater purpose behind their arrival? A divine plan that your heart understands even when your mind cannot grasp it? Introduction to the teaching. Dear soul, these questions touch the very essence of one of the most profound spiritual teachings ever shared with humanity. The great master Paramhansa Yogananda revealed a truth that transforms how we understand parenthood forever. Our children do not come to us by accident. They come by divine appointment. The child that comes to you, Yogananda taught, comes according to your karma and their karma, drawn together by the magnetic pull of the soul's unfinished business and divine love. In this sacred teaching, we discover that every child is both a mirror and a teacher, both a blessing and a responsibility. They arrive carrying gifts from past lives, lessons to be learned, and love to be shared. But most importantly, they come to help both you and them evolve spiritually. Today, we will explore the mystical reasons behind your child's arrival, the soul contracts that bind you together, and how understanding this divine connection can transform your entire approach to parenting. This is not just about raising a child, dear soul. This is about walking together on the path toward God, the soul's divine assignment. Let us begin with the most beautiful truth of all. Your child chose you before they were even born. In the spiritual realms between lives, souls gather to plan their next incarnation. They look for the perfect conditions to learn what they need to learn, to heal what needs healing, and to serve how they are meant to serve. And in that sacred planning, they choose their parents with infinite wisdom. Your child looked at your soul and said, yes, this is the one who can help me grow. This is the heart that can love me through my lessons. This is the parent whose journey aligns with mine. Paramhansa Yogananda explained this beautifully. Children are attracted to parents whose karma resonates with their own spiritual needs. It is a divine magnetism that operates beyond the physical world. Think about this, dear soul. Your child didn't come to you because you were perfect. They came because you were perfect for them. Your strengths would nurture their gifts. Your challenges would teach them patience. Your love would provide the safe harbor they needed to unfold their soul's purpose. Even your perceived weaknesses as a parent are part of this divine design. Perhaps your tendency toward worry teaches them compassion. Maybe your struggles with patience show them the beauty of acceptance. Every aspect of who you are contributes to their soul's curriculum. This is why there's no such thing as a parenting mistake when viewed from the soul's perspective. Everything is part of the lesson. part of the love, part of the divine assignment you both accepted before coming to earth, completing unfinished soul business. Sometimes, dear soul, your child comes not just to learn new lessons, but to complete unfinished business from past lives. This is where the teaching becomes both profound and healing. Have you ever noticed that certain challenges with your child feel strangely familiar? Or that some of your deepest conflicts seem to echo themes that go beyond this lifetime? This is because souls often incarnate together repeatedly until they learn to love each other perfectly. Perhaps in a past life, you were the child and they were the parent. Maybe you once hurt each other and now you've returned to heal that wound with forgiveness. Or possibly you loved each other so deeply that you chose to continue that beautiful bond in new forms across many lifetimes. Yogananda taught souls travel in groups, playing different roles for each other, lifetime after lifetime, until all karma between them is resolved through love. When your child triggers your deepest emotions, whether anger, fear, or overwhelming love, pay attention. These intense reactions often point to karmic connections that run soul deep. The child who challenges your patience most may be the soul who once tested your compassion in another life. The child who brings you the greatest joy may be returning love that was shared long ago. The beautiful truth is that every difficult moment with your child is an opportunity to heal the past. Every act of patience, forgiveness, and understanding doesn't just help them in this life, it heals the karmic thread that connects your souls across time. Remember, you're not just parenting a child, you're completing a sacred story that may have been written across many lifetimes. And when that story ends in love, both souls are freed to soar higher than ever before. The mirror of your own soul. Here's a truth that may surprise you, dear soul. Your child is a perfect mirror, reflecting back to you the depths of your own spiritual nature. They show you not just who you are as a parent, but who you are as a soul. The qualities you most admire in your child often reflect your own hidden spiritual gifts waiting to be awakened. When you see their natural kindness, you're witnessing your own capacity for compassion. When you marvel at their creativity, you're seeing your own divine spark of imagination. Their innocence reminds you of the purity that still lives within your heart, perhaps buried under years of worldly concerns. But the mirror works both ways. The qualities in your child that challenge you most deeply often point to your own areas for spiritual growth. If their stubborn nature frustrates you, perhaps your soul is learning the difference between healthy boundaries and rigid control. If their emotional sensitivity overwhelms you, maybe you're being called to develop greater emotional wisdom yourself. Paramhansa. Yogananda observed, the child reflects the parent's consciousness like still water reflects the sky. What you see in them is often what needs attention in yourself. This doesn't mean you're responsible for everything your child does or becomes. They have their own karma, their own free will, their own soul's journey. but the dynamic between you, the way you react to each other, the lessons that arise, the love that flows. All of this is a divine dance designed to help both souls evolve. When you begin to see your child as your spiritual mirror, parenting becomes a path of self discovery. Every challenging day becomes an opportunity to develop patience. Every moment of pure love becomes a reminder of your own divine nature. Your child doesn't just need your guidance, dear soul. They are here to guide you back to your own highest self, serving their soul's purpose. Now we come to perhaps the most liberating truth of all. Your role as a parent is not to control your child's destiny, but to serve their soul's unique purpose in this lifetime. Every child comes to earth with a specific mission, a divine assignment that only their soul can fulfill. Some come to be healers, others to be teachers. Some arrive to bring joy, others to inspire change. Some are here to serve quietly, others to lead boldly. Your child's purpose may be different from what you expect or even what you want for them, but it is always perfect for their soul's evolution. Yogananda taught this beautifully. Every soul is born with a divine plan. The wise parent does not impose their will upon this plan, but helps the child discover and fulfill their own sacred purpose. This means your job is not to make your child into who you think they should be, but to help them become who they truly are. You are like a gardener who doesn't force a rose to become a lily, but provides the perfect soil, water, and sunlight for the rose to bloom in its own magnificent way. Sometimes this requires great spiritual courage, dear soul. You may need to let go of your own dreams for their life and trust their soul's wisdom. You may need to support choices that feel scary to you, but feel right to them. You may need to love them enough to let them make their own mistakes and find their own path. But when you align yourself with your child's soul purpose, rather than fighting against it, something magical happens. The relationship becomes easier, more harmonious, more joyful. You're no longer swimming against the current of their destiny, but flowing with it. Your child will feel this support at the deepest level, and it will give them the confidence to step fully into who they came here to be. And you, dear parent, will experience the profound joy of being a true spiritual servant, helping another soul fulfill their divine mission on earth, breaking generational karma. One of the most powerful gifts you can give your child is the chance to be free from the karmic patterns that may have been passed down through your family line for generations. Often, families carry certain emotional patterns, beliefs, or ways of relating that get handed down like invisible inheritances. Perhaps it's a tendency toward fear, anger, or judgment. Maybe it's patterns of scarcity, criticism, or emotional distance. These patterns create what we might call generational karma, cycles that repeat until someone in the family line chooses to break them with conscious love. Your child may have come specifically to help you break these old chains through their pure presence, their different perspective, or even their challenges. They create opportunities for you to respond differently than previous generations did. Paramhansa Yogananda wisely said, "The karma of the family can be lifted by one soul who chooses love over reaction, understanding over judgment, and forgiveness over resentment. When you choose patience instead of the anger your own parents might have shown, you're breaking a karmic chain. When you listen to your child's feelings instead of dismissing them as your family might have done, you're creating new spiritual DNA for your lineage. When you offer unconditional love instead of conditional approval, you're healing not just your relationship with your child, but generations of your family's karma. Your child gets to grow up free from patterns that may have limited your own childhood. They receive a cleaner slate, a healthier foundation, and the gift of emotional and spiritual freedom. This is one of the most beautiful forms of service a parent can offer, not just to their child, but to all the souls in their family line, past and future. Remember, dear soul, every time you choose love over old patterns, you're not just changing your child's future, you're healing the past and blessing all the generations that will come after you. The sacred gift of unconditional love. In the deepest truth of why your child came to you, we discover perhaps the most sacred teaching of all. They came to learn unconditional love and to teach it to you in return. In this world of conditions, expectations, and judgments, true unconditional love is rare and precious. But between parent and child, this divine love has the chance to flow most purely. Your child comes to you as a blank canvas, ready to receive love, not because of what they do or achieve, but simply because they exist. And through loving them this way, dear soul, you remember how God loves you completely, eternally, without condition or requirement. Your child becomes your teacher in divine love, showing you what it means to care for someone simply because their soul is precious. Paramhansa Yogananda reminded us, in loving your child unconditionally, you practice the very love that God has for all souls. This is sacred service of the highest order. But unconditional love doesn't mean permissive love. It means loving them enough to set healthy boundaries, to guide them toward their highest good, and to say no when necessary, all while never withdrawing your love based on their behavior. This kind of love heals everything it touches. It heals your child's sense of worth, their ability to trust, their capacity to love others, but it also heals you, dear parent. It opens your heart wider than you thought possible. It teaches you patience you never knew you had. It shows you depths of compassion that surprise even yourself. When you master the art of loving your child unconditionally, you prepare them to love the world the same way. You raise not just a child, but a being capable of spreading divine love wherever they go. And this, perhaps more than any other gift, is why their soul chose to come through yours. Conclusion. embracing the divine plan as we reach the end of our journey together today. Let us pause and feel the profound truth that has been revealed. Your child didn't come to you by chance, dear soul. They came by divine invitation, carrying a piece of God's love wrapped in human form. Whether your parenting journey has been smooth or challenging, joyful or difficult, easy or complex, know this: every moment has been sacred. Every tear shed has watered the garden of your soul's growth. Every laugh shared has been a prayer of gratitude echoing through the heavens. Your child came to you because your souls recognized each other across the vast expanse of time and space. They came to complete old stories, to begin new chapters, to heal ancient wounds, and to discover deeper love. They came to teach you as much as to learn from you. Paramhansa Yogananda's final wisdom on this sacred relationship reminds us: when you truly understand why your child came to you, you will parent not from fear but from faith, not from control but from trust, not from ownership but from stewardship of a divine soul. So, embrace this truth, dear soul. Trust the divine plan that brought you together. Love them with all your heart while holding them with open hands. Guide them while allowing them to fly. Serve their highest good while discovering your own. Your child is your karma, yes, but karma in its highest form, the karma of love, growth, and mutual awakening. Together, you are writing a story that spans lifetimes, creating a love that transcends time, and walking a path that leads both of your souls home to God. Closing message. Dear soul, if you've journeyed with me through this entire teaching, I want to honor your commitment to spiritual growth and conscious parenting. You've opened your heart to a perspective that transforms not just how you see your child, but how you understand the very purpose of your life together. You now carry within you the knowledge that your child's presence in your life is no accident. Every joy they bring, every challenge they present, every moment of love you share is part of a divine curriculum designed for both your soul's evolution. Take this wisdom gently into your daily life. When your child tests your patience, remember, they may be your greatest teacher. When they fill your heart with love, know that you're experiencing a glimpse of divine love itself. When the parenting journey feels overwhelming, trust that you were chosen for this sacred task because your soul has the strength to fulfill it. If this teaching has brought you clarity, peace, or a new understanding of your parenting journey, please like this video and share it with someone who might need this message. Your simple act of sharing could plant a seed of healing in another parent's heart. I also invite you to subscribe for more spiritual insights that illuminate the divine purpose behind life's experiences. And please, leave a comment below sharing what touched your heart most deeply in this message, or what you've discovered about the sacred connection with your child. Your words might be exactly what another soul needs to hear today. Until we meet again, may you parent with the wisdom of the ages, love with the depth of the divine, and trust in the perfect unfolding of your child's sacred journey. Blessings and light to you and your precious little soul, Guru Dev Blossom.